Attention! Nosy has been training some new Zook cadets and they're ready for action. And march! Left, right, left, right. Oh dear!
Well, they could do with a bit more coordination, but it's nice to see the how Zook's training. And speaking of ready for action, Rich, why don't you introduce us to today's contestants?
Fall in! Agent has formed the Zook Army, a squad ready for battle. They are Sergeant Major, Lance Corporal, Bombardier, and Cavalry. The first champions of Series 2 are back, and looking to chase down another winner, Firestorm, Piglet, Bouncer, and Evil Dark Creature.
In this contest, your Zook needs to reach the end of the table and back, both times breaking through these quite nasty trapdoors. It wants to be fast, but also needs to be resilient enough to take a beating. Let's see what the contestants have picked.
Well, the Zook Army have chosen Sergeant Major to lead the charge. Meanwhile, the Pickton Predators are hoping Bouncer will take control of the doors.
Thanks, Rich. Well, I don't envy the Zooks on the table right now, but let's just start the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Sergeant Major has a very quick start, but is already caught in the doors. Meanwhile, Bouncer has hardly moved. Sergeant has broken free, and what is Bouncer doing? Not winning, that's for sure. And look at Sergeant go now. It's a major win for the Zook Army.
Well, I don't think Bouncer was meant to bounce in that way, but I don't think it mattered either because Sergeant Major stormed through those doors in the end. And that means the Zook Army take a 1-point lead going into the second contest. In Zook bowling, your Zook gets one attempt to knock down as many pins as possible. And as Nosy has demonstrated, what's more important than power is accuracy and good contact with the ball. Let's see what the contestants have picked.
Stand at ease. The Zook Army are sending out Lance Corporal to take aim at the pins. The Pickton Predators chose Evil Dark Creature for bowling last time, but they didn't score well, so this time they've gone with Firestorm.
First up, we have the Greens with Lance Corporal. Let's start the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
That's a quick start, but a weak hit. They score 1, 2, 3, 4 points.
Well, that's not the best score, but it might still be enough to win. Let's see what the Pickton Predators can do. Next up, we have the Reds with Firestorm. Let's start the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
That's a much bigger hit, but a bit skewed. They score 3.
Well, that's one more point than they scored last time they took on Zook bowling. But unfortunately, this time it's not enough to win. And that means that the Zook Army take a 2-point lead going into the third contest. In World's Strongest Zook, your Zook needs to push these base units of increasing size over the line. The first Zook to push over their final stack will win. Your Zook, of course, needs to be strong enough to push these base units, and ideally faster than your opponent. But as Nosy has demonstrated, you also want enough control to make good contact and stay on the table. Let's see what the contestants have picked.
The Zook Army are deploying the heavy artillery, this time with Bombardier. Meanwhile, the Pickton Predators have gone with Piglet, or is it Diglet?
Thanks, Rich. Well, with both Zooks on the table now, Bombardier looks absolutely massive compared to Piglet. Perhaps the Reds are looking to win with control over sheer power. In any case, let's start the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Bosh! An explosive start, but Piglet is already on its back, and Bombardier shoves it aside. It also knocks a few of the Reds' units, but it doesn't matter. The Zook Army take it.
Well, Piglet made surprisingly quick work of the initial weight. It unfortunately ended up on its back, and while it has succeeded on its back in the past, I don't think that was going to help it against the sheer power of Bombardier today, who pushed both the weights over the line and Piglet off the edge of the table. And that means that the Zook army take a 3-point lead going into the final. So here we are once again at the relay, with the Zooks lined up in the order that we've seen them in the contests, with 2 that we haven't seen before. Rich, why don't you introduce us?
Well, for the final stretch, the Greens are sending in the cavalry. Meanwhile, the Reds have gone with evil dark creature, the Zook, not the Zookster.
The Zook army have that 3-point lead, which means they get a 3-second head start. But anything can happen. Good luck to both teams. Let's start the countdown.
3, 2, 1.
Sergeant Major tags Lance Corporal, who tags Bombardier, and cavalry is already charging across the line. A clean sweep for the Zook army.
That was an incredibly quick relay. At sub 5 seconds, I think it's the fastest we've ever seen. And I'm sorry to say it, but the Pickton Predators didn't really stand a chance. Which means that none of the Series 2 veterans could make it to the semi-finals. But that's okay. Those teams are over 20 years old now, and they can still be proud of their accomplishments. And this means the Zook army will be our last semi-finalists, and we'll see them next time with all the others to see who will be crowned the BAMZOOKi Classic champion. Rich, what do you have to say to that?
Copy that shoe. We reconvene for the finals. I can't wait. See you next time.
Me neither. Bye-bye.